What's up, guys? Kirby Smith, Lightspeed Construction, coming to you here from West Knoxville. This area got hit by a big hailstorm back in 2011. 10 years later, it's 2021. Man, where did time go? Lightspeed Construction still here servicing and fixing roof leaks, and this is a condo in West Knoxville that we've been called out to look at a roof leak that's been occurring for 3 or 4 of the past years, unfortunately. And what I'm standing on right here is, and I snapped a photo, this is a 1.812, right? Any of you guys that know anything about construction of roofs know that 1.812 is not a satisfactory roof slope. It is not, let me rephrase that. It's not satisfactory for shingles, right? Shingles are not made to be on a 1.812. Anything less than 2, there's nobody that says that you can actually put shingles there. And to make that a little bit worse, I've got an extremely steep slope here, right here, that's going to feed into this flat roof, this 1.8 slope. I've got an extremely steep slope here. This is around a 1212 that hits here. I went to school for engineering, and in engineering school, there was a name for when water had a lot of velocity and it's smashed and then the water spreads. It's called a hydraulic jump. And so you're kind of experiencing some of that. In bigger rains, the water's got a ton of speed here and it splashes. A ton of speed here and it splashes. And so the particles of water can go anywhere, including towards the shingle nails underneath the shingles, and the jump can cause problems. It's not a definitive that the roof is leaking because shingles are misinstalled on the 1.8 slope, but there's 2 roof leaks. There's one in and around right here, right? This piece of fascia is returning into that lower slope, right? There's another roof leak that's about right here. It's maybe 10 feet away. So it's in and around this area, right? And this roof leak here could be as a result of this upstream leak, right? So we've got roof leak number 2 and then roof leak number 1. Roof leak number 2 can be getting caused because of roof leak number 1. It doesn't mean it has to be. Kind of adding a little bit of insult to injury. So we've got a 1.8 slope. Nobody says that's a good idea. All the codes, no one says you should do that. We've got steep roofs that are kind of hydraulic jumping or splashing into this low slope valley. And then I have got a little bit of shingle I kind of gently pull back, and you can see right there that we've got around a 3-inch distance between where this nail right here is and the union or the edge of the shingle. 3 inches is not satisfactory. It's not what should be occurring here. I snapped a photo of that, right? 3 inches is no good. That's too close to that union where water can come here at this union and go in between the shingles and then leak at that nail, right? There's a reason why that should be 6 inches. It should be over here. It should be further away than where it's at. And only removed, just kind of gently removed maybe 1 or 2 shingles to see what the nailing pattern was. Nails are a very important thing to pay attention to when getting a roof done because they can cause leaks like this. And so as I begin to mention maybe some things to be ahead of and some things to be aware of for this particular owner in this property. This piece of fascia is pulled off, right? It's kind of separated, and you can see it's possible for water to splash in behind this flashing, right? Not a big deal, just tack the fascia back up, no problem. The other thing here is that I think the water is actually coming in more or less right there. It's kind of escaping in behind that shingle, doesn't have anywhere to go. I've got a picture of this, and it's kind of getting back behind there and leaking right here underneath the shingle, if that makes sense. So it's not necessarily this that's causing it. It's kind of this sort of water trap right there, right? There's 2 different ways to have some level of confidence that we resolve this issue. One is that, like I was mentioning just a few minutes ago, the reason why you don't put shingles over a lower slope roof is because the water can come in here at the union and cause a roof leak right here at this nail, right, or on the other side. And especially when the nail's too close to the union, right? So that's thing number 1. The conservative answer is consider putting a membrane over this section of roof. Rubber roof or TPO or something to that effect that comes up. So you would no longer see shingles. You'd see the proper roofing material, which is a membrane right here, and it would go underneath this slope and underneath that slope and underneath here and underneath here. So it goes underneath all the shingles, leave all the shingles, and we put the membrane underneath. That's the more expensive repair, of course. The cheaper repair is to sort of hodgepodge and hope for the best. The cheaper repair is going to be caulking this real good, caulking it, tacking this back, caulking all of this, in my opinion, just because we haven't touched or seen it, all along here, caulking everything, right? Caulking here, all this could be a possibility for a leak. Water could be jumping in behind here because, again, it's coming from a steeper slope to a flatter slope right here at this vent. This is a dryer vent, right? So caulking all this real good. And then coming back through and caulking every shingle union as well. All of these shingle unions, right? Everywhere where the shingles come together, we caulk, if that makes sense. And so anywhere where you see the shingles meeting, like right here, we caulk this, real heavy caulk. And we would have a pretty good chance of resolving that with a cheaper solution of caulking all the shingle unions all along this slope of the wall, all around here and all around here. That would be a pretty good chance, would be for certain, that would resolve the issue with a membrane here. Taking the membrane to approximately here, and then underneath these shingles, and then underneath these shingles, and having membrane to where we know we're not having water leaking and penetrate these shingles and hit the nails. This video has gone on a little bit long. I'm gonna get you guys off of here. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Kirby Smith. I'm with Lightspeed Construction, and I appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully this will help resolve any questions you have about how to solve a low slope valley issue. Take care, guys.